Today I'm going to do a video on how I contour. Now usually I just use powders. I don't cream contour all of the time. The only time I'll ever do that is if I'm going on a night out, do like a full face of makeup. But today I'm going to do both. So yeah, I've moisturised my face and I just use the Too Faced Hangover X Primer, as I just find that really moisturising. But to prime my face, I'm going to use the Smashbox Photo Finish. It's just a little mini. Is it meant to be this runny? It's so runny. Ew, it literally feels like oil. Is it meant to be like this? It says oil free. Oh, there we go. Ew, that's gross. It needed a good shake. Right, let me just take this off and I'll start again. That was literally oil. Okay, so. I've got that sort of skin that, like, as soon as you rub it, it just goes bright red, so I'm sorry that I look like a tomato right now. Ooh, so red. Onto foundation. I am going to use the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. It's running out. It's my absolute favourite. Just going to use the shade Creamy Vanilla. I do also have shade number 2, but they're really dark. There's not like this is the lightest shade, and I still feel like, to be honest, I could go a shade lighter. Right, so I'm just going to use like that much for now and see what it looks like. I am just applying another layer, just because we are doing all the contouring today. I want to make sure I've got a nice full coverage base. Foundation now on, I'm going to do concealer and cream contour. I do have a cream contour palette by Makeup Revolution, and it's filthy. I'd probably say that this is one of my favourite palettes to use because they're actually quite creamy. I did also buy the NYX one and I just absolutely hate it. It's literally like clay basically, so I'm not really a fan of that. The two foundation sticks that I like to use, the Bobbi Brown one. Now this is more of a warm toned colour. That one's in the shade Warm Walnut, and then I've got this Anastasia one and it's in the shade Shadow, and as you can tell, I'll do a side by side, it is more cool toned, which is what you really need for a contour, obviously. So there's the difference. I am going to use both of those sticks today. I am going to use the cooler one sort of underneath, and then this one I'm just going to use just slightly above, so it has more of a warmness to it, so technically like a cream bronzer. do like to just go up here slightly, and then I definitely do a lot up here. If you have a big forehead like me, contouring it on the sides mainly will make it appear smaller, so that's what I do. Then I'm also going to go under the jawline because I need to get rid of that double chin, and I also do under the lip just because it makes it appear bigger. Now I'm not going to contour my nose, but I do just like putting a little bit at the end. Then I'm just going to apply just a little bit of the warmer one on top. I only like to use a little bit of this, because if I use too much of this, it ends up looking really red on my skin, and that's obviously not what we want. So I literally just use a little bit because that other one is very ashy. I don't want it to like wash me out, you know? Right, okay, and then for concealer, I'm going to use the Collection Perfection Concealer in number 2. I just did this the other day in my other video, and I just love the look of this one and my Shape Tape together. Like, it's so nice. So I like to go down the bridge of my nose, Cupid's bow, and here. Highlighting my forehead isn't the greatest thing to do because I do have a large forehead, so I don't want to highlight and draw attention to my forehead. So what I do is I just will spot conceal, and then I'll just do the tiniest bit, and I'm just going to go in with this because it's a very brightening. And that's it. I don't want to do much more than that because I've got a humongous forehead. I've already got my beauty blender, which is damp, but I'm just going to spray it with some primer water by Smashbox, just because we may need some help blending this all out. Now, I don't mind dragging this slightly because I want to make sure that this is completely blended, otherwise it's going to make it look like, you know, when you were at school and you just never really thought about blending your foundation properly, so you just had an orange line right across your jaw. Well, that was me in school anyway. I'm just going to quickly do this, so I have to go back and then just give a bit of a tap there, and then let's blend the cheeks out. Don't worry if you find that your contour is getting quite messy. I'm just really messy with blending, but what I will do is later go in with powder and bake underneath just to give it a sharper line, just to clean it all up basically. Now I've blended out all of the contour, I'm just going to go in with the other side of my beauty blender and just blend out my concealer. Okay, so that's all now blended out. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just bake my under eyes and also under the contour here just to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. It's just like that. Just tap a bit out. When I say a little, I mean a lot. And then I'm going to get my beauty blender and I'm just going to go over under my eyes one more time because I do tend to crease quite a lot, so I just need to blend all of those creases out, because if I put powder on top of that, it is just going to set my creasing basically. And then I'm just going to bake. And my nose, because it's the place my foundation always leaves first. Just do my chin too actually. I use a Real Techniques sponge just because I like the edge that it has, just for cleaning up cream contour. So, and then I'm just going to put this all over my face, and then I'm just gonna brush it away with a brush. Morphe brush, again, it doesn't actually have a number on it. I love how this spot hasn't even covered, literally. And then just dust away the base. Now everything's set into place, I'm going to bronze and contour with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette. Yeah, it's very old, very loved. I'm going to use this one for contour. I'm just going to use these two for bronzer. I also will go in with a banana shade, and I will just pop that underneath my eyes just to brighten a little bit. So to contour, I'm just going to use this Zoeva brush. And I'm just going to dip that in off the excess and just go in again on this cheek. Again around the head, this big old forehead. And then I'm going to grab another brush and I'm just going to get both of those colours and just warm up the face a little bit. I've just gone back in with powder just to clean it up again. While I'm waiting for that to bake, I am just going to get a little brush and just go in with the banana shade just underneath my eyes, just to brighten it up a little bit. Now, I actually already have lashes and everything on already, but what I'm going to do is I am just going to get a bit of bronzer and just put that into my crease just to give it a little bit more of definition. I'm just going to grab my contour palette again, and I'm just going to take this Sigma E40 taper blending brush, and I'm just going to take a mixture of the Cooler Toned and this one here, a mixture of those two, and I'm just going to pop it just in the crease. See, I just think it adds something. I'm going to dust this bake away. and just for the purpose of this video I am just going to put a liquid lip on. So I'm going to use the I'm Nude by Jeffree Star. So that's my tutorial on how I contour at the moment. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.